Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Tuesday, the 20th of July, 2021. A very, very good night to you. Trinidad and Tobago, those of you up the Caribbean and around the globe, a special good night to you. So viewers, remember, I always encourage you to share our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube also. So viewers, we're starting off tonight. We're turning up the heat tonight because according to the opposition leader, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, she has condemned the government censorship of private media house. She was reacting to reports that the government appeared to be preventing private media house from covering certain state events citing the COVID-19 pandemic and a need to reduce disease transmission. According to Persad-Bissessar, this is another red flag hinting at dictatorship which should not be ignored. And she is also calling on citizens to stand up to put an end to this attempt to silence the media. So viewers, this is the views of the opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar, as she is saying the government is as allegedly moving to fade away the private media house from covering certain events. Which is sad. Which is sad, sad, sad. Because I will tell you something. I'm a private media house. I am a private media house. And the kind of discussion I bring to you, the public, you don't get it on other media houses. You don't. You do not. So with the government now, according to Persad-Bissessar, with the government moving now to prevent media house from covering certain state event, how would you know the real grounds? How would you know the real source of that event? So you see, when you hear take a move like that now, it come like you want to muzzle the private media house now from carrying out the event, which could lead to some truth somewhere. So if that is your move, well, we will have something different here. We will have something different. I don't think that, now they might say it, but to make that move, to cover private media house, such as myself, let me tell you something, I will stop a bacchanal. Not the bacchanal, you know, a bacchanal, right here on Real Talk Studios. Right here. Because like I said, some of the events, some of the talks that I bring to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, is real talk. We bring the facts. We bring the facts. I bring to you the things that you demand. That is what I bring to you. So moving now to muzzle the private media from certain events, which means that there is something in events that you don't want us to cover and you don't want the entire public to know. This is my view. This is my take. But when you have a controlled media house now, it's easy. It's easy. And nobody can send a reaction letter or just say, well, you know, Saieed talking about certain media house. No, I am not saying certain media house. I said controlled media. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Go right ahead.
Okay, this is a thing they call leadership of dictatorship. Communist is on we back door. And I think it opened the door already. This is where they're heading to. What they do in Venezuela, they're doing this here now. Good night. Bye.
Thank you, my friend. You see, I will tell you something. Real Talk with Saieed Ali is not no control media house, you know. You can't control this house, you know. I run in my house. I know how my house is function. I know how my house is pay the bills. I know that. They don't know that. And when they want to muzzle a private media house, such as myself, hey, you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. It better you keep control on the controlled media houses that you already have. But don't try to control this house, because this house is governed by an individual that stands up for 99% of the people in Trinidad and Tobago. I am telling you that on national television. Not 1%, 99% of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago I stand for. And that is a fact. That is a fact. Why you think I got all these legislations and bills that Real Talk pushed for? Why you think we got it passed? Not only for 1% of the people, but for 99% of the people. Hence the reason why I push for it. Child sex offender registry, pepper spray, anti-gang, all these things, 6 or 7 different amendment and legislation we put forth. When you all said Saieed couldn't get it, we pushed it and I bring it straight to you. So I want to thank the AG publicly once more for listening, paying. Let me tell you something. He listened, he looked, and he understood what Saieed wanted it for. He understood it was for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So when you hear the term as controlled media house, and you hear they want to bar the private media house from covering certain events, no, mister, no, you can't do that. I will get on more stink on TV. Be quite telling you. I will start to dig deeper. Call her good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
What happening now is that the Prime Minister in his COVID press conference getting some kind of question which he cannot answer now. So he's trying to debar the media, some of the media from coming to those press conferences, and either form a dictatorship. If he starts like Haiti and in Venezuela like Maduro, So somebody has to put a stop. I hope the politicians who know the Constitution looking at what this man is trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. I will tell you something. Some of the video clips that I just bring to you, you all see it on any other media houses playing? Be real. We're being real here as Real Talk. Do you all see it on any other media house playing? Because you cannot control Real Talk. I control in Real Talk. Not nobody else. Call her good night.
Hi, good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead.
Now, we have taxpayers funding most of the ministries and everything in this country, right? It is the taxpayers' dollars. I have saw on the television here, the Ministry of Social Development giving out NSDP checks for repairs and what have you. Now, a lot of these things that this government is giving out, it is taxpayers. Trinidad and Tobago does not have one ethnicity. And the bulk of these checks that are given out is of one ethnicity, which suggests to me that it is only party supporters. I think we need an independent audit how these funds are being distributed. Is it that by the way of doing it, is it this way that they are buying votes? These are serious things, and I'm not just sure I want to raise this side very quickly. When they are forcing people to take this vaccine and say that it is mandatory, saying that we have had this system long time, you go to school, you have to have polio and all these things. What I want to say, we are not fools. Polio and MMR and all these things have been a very, very long time. It has been tested and all the side effects. This is a relatively new vaccine. Why is it that they want to push it down our throat? What I am saying, had the government been proactive with this thing, COVID has been with us since 2019, sir. You come and keep carnival in 2020 dialysis, come out and say that that cannot affect us. You had about 600 to 800 deaths. Where Dr. Avery Hines come out and said that is pneumonia X, Y, and Z. When the opposition asked them to let us join, when they bring the motion before the speaker in the low house, he said it is not important, she is not satisfied. When it went to the president of the Senate, she said she is not satisfied, it is not important. Because of your failure, why must the population suffer? Why must we suffer? Next thing, this man, I don't know, I think he's a disgrace to this nation. Can you take your food and scatter? We animals? Who is it he's speaking to like that? You know, this man must have a sense of decorum. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Now, I want you to understand, viewers, your views and your comments, it is valid. Always remember that. It is valid. I will take it into consideration because I listen to the plea of the people. The plea of the people. So, as we move along tonight, Social Development Ministry has distributed 107 grants under its National Social Development Program. Victims of natural and man-made disasters resulting from flooding or fire were among the recipients. At the Ebola disaster, you know, I was so thinking about the PM. I want to cover media, private media. At the distribution ceremony today, Minister Donna Cox expressed the hope that such intervention would contribute towards eliminating poverty in TNT.
Today, we are presenting grants to the value of $1,482,015, where a total of 107 households will benefit. And this intervention will allow families the joys and comfort of decent living accommodation and will serve as a springboard towards the eradication of poverty. I also wish at this juncture to remind the representatives of the many family units represented here today.
Now, viewers, the ministry added that the 107 grants, the amount paid out was $1,482,015. She added that the funding would facilitate the improvement of the physical conditions of homes and electrical wiring installations and upgrades. The applicant also had to undergo a standard means test to access these grants. Let me tell you something. It's not just the poverty, you know. If you're here, you go through this test and you fail, that is it. You're out of it. Call a good night.
Very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
To you, my friend.
I would like the Prime Minister and the PNM government to know something. That the same media could make you, the same media could bring you right down.
Thank you very much.
The same media could destroy you. Anyway, so now that we have two spanking brand new vessels to patrol,
yes,
I am hoping that not even a mosquito could get in now. All the travel receiving.
Thank you, my friend. Let me tell you something. I'm going to touch on our vessels Thursday. It's a bacchanal Thursday. So, viewers, the nation's first drive-through site will be operationalized at Wallafield Arima on Wednesday. This was announced by the Minister of Health, Terence Dialsing, during a virtual media conference.
One of the objectives of the campaign which we launched last week, Voices for Vaccination, and what we are going to launch this morning, Vaccinate TT for you and for me. And I am proud to announce this morning, after paying a site visit to Wallafield yesterday, under the auspices of the North Central Regional Health Authority, our first drive-through site will be operationalized. It is being tested now on Wednesday. So drive-through is now being added to the fixed sites.
Now, viewers, while saying that, the American Chamber of Commerce and the Trinidad and Tobago Chambers of Industry and Commerce will also begin utilizing the National Academic and Performance Art, that is NAPA, from today. In addition, there will be a second drive-through site at the Arthur Bolan Stadium under Proman, the Trinidad and Tobago, a petrochemical group based in Point Lisas. So Proman will also be utilizing the Arthur Bolan Stadium for a drive-through also. These locations will facilitate the goals to immunize a minimum of 20,000 individuals daily. So viewers, while these sites will be up and running, I want you all to keep into consideration also. Don't just run and go get the vaccine. And if some complication take place, that you're blaming the vaccine. I want to tell you something, and I have been advising you. Yes, the vaccine is there. Yes, all around the world, people are complaining about health, about complications. But I also want you to understand, it all depends on your health also. So I have been advising citizens of Trinidad and Tobago for some time now. You want to go get the vaccine, not a problem. But check a doctor. Make sure your heart and your liver and your kidney and your blood and whatever complications you have, make sure that you are in good health to get it. Make sure, because we have seen, I believe today the death is 1,000. 1,000 deaths in Trinidad and Tobago due to COVID-19. Caller, good night.
Good night. Good night, Saeed. Mash up Tuesday.
Turn it up, man.
Turn up Tuesday, boy. Saeed. I better than the fella who type pants who says he's a prophet. Remember I tell you, I think sometime in May, when it was about 160, we crossed 1,000 by now. Boy, but let me tell you, it's more frightening, you know. I think we had the man on the chariot. You know who's the man on the chariot? He going with a band of people to the grave, you know. We look like we heading for 2,000, you know, because we're not mitigating the Delta variant. We're not doing nothing. We continuing to do the same thing the same way. Do you know what I want Terence to be able to do today? Sing the national anthem, because he looks like he know it. Every time somebody dies, he must stand up in front of the television station or in front of all the press briefing, health briefing, and sing the national anthem. Because Munina the other day asked this fella, what do you call him, Small Pin, if we ever pass common entrance, so if we do it twice, it looked like Terence the Terrible. He was in the 10% student who was going to secondary school. He had passed no common entrance, so he didn't know how to sing the national anthem from primary school. A set of dunces, people, boy. But I don't want to reach 2,000 here, but the way this government going with Mr. Pittman, we in trouble, we in trouble. Have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, moving along now. Today I had a successful meeting concerning the Real Talk Credit Union. It was a very successful, very, very successful meeting. From Monday, viewers, Monday coming, I will be able to tell you that you who have your money put down in the banks, and it's not multiplying, it's not growing for you. Come Monday next week, you all could be able to take out your money that you have put down in the bank and deposit that same money you're taking out from a institute into Real Talk Financial Service and get a larger interest rate on a fixed deposit, one of the largest one that Trinidad and Tobago have ever seen. And you know, when I stand on my platform and I tell you I get in this and I get in that for you, you do get it. So I'm proud to say tonight that come Monday next week, you could take out the money, whatever money you have in whatever institute, financial institute, and deposit it into a Real Talk Financial Center on a deposit. A 1 year deposit, let me tell you something, you'll be so amazed. You'll be so amazed to know the return you will get from it. Because you're working hard for your money, and if you put it on a fixed deposit, you expect a growth. You expect a growth. So come next week, Monday. I will give you more information on that. So you all could start making your fixed deposit at Real Talk Financial Service and get a bigger reward. So as we move on tonight, the Ministry of Health has launched Vaccinate TT, a COVID-19 mass campaign to educate the public on the importance of getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Minister of Health Terence Dialting stated that one objective of the campaign is to safeguard the public against misinformation. I love how he said that. Misinformation. I forgot what Heinz say. What the minister say. It's two different things. Two different things. He added that persons on social media influence others to take the vaccine do not have your best interests at heart.
One of the objectives of the campaign which we launched last week, Voices for Vaccination, and what we are going to launch this morning, Vaccinate TT for you and for me, is meant to safeguard the population against misinformation and disinformation. The persons on social media who are influencing you not to take the vaccine do not have your well-being and interests at heart. They are not going to pay your bills if you come down with COVID. They are not going to take care of your children if you die from COVID. They have everything to gain and you have everything to lose if you succumb to misinformation.
You heard what you just said. They will not pay your bills. 1,000 people died due to COVID-19. Presence in Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Terence, who is paying them bills? You forget you was the same man, the same minister who stood on a platform and said, if Trinidad and Tobago do have the COVID-19, it's just mere individuals will get it. Call her good night.
Good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
I would just like to find out something. This vaccine that they're giving out, the Chinese vaccine and the rest of vaccine. Now, if we take those vaccines, I can't go to Canada, I can't go to the States, because what I got to show them, because those countries don't want those vaccines there.
Now, let me just correct you, my friend. The information I got, right, is that you could go to the US, you could go to Canada, right?
Okay.
But you will have to stay the full quarantine period. That is the information we got thus far. Like I said, I am getting information, but I didn't relate everything to the public as yet. But thus far, some of the information is that you could go to Canada, but you will have to go to the full quarantine period.
Oh, I see. Oh, next thing. I need to compliment you about that credit union, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. So viewers, this is the same minister now who said he have us the best interest of heart. That is the same man who said. Let me tell you something. I have something for you, but tomorrow's public concerns night. But give me 15 minutes in public concerns night on Wednesday. Let me tell you something. All I will see something. All I will see what that very same health minister say. Now all I seen why he don't want the private media house now covering certain events. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't here to make friends. I am not here to make friends. I am here to bring the truth to you. The whole truth and nothing else but the truth. I will go digging under the carpet where they have it and pull it out. Don't play with me. This media house, you can't control it. It is not funded by Tom, Dick, and Harry. It is not funded by ads. I do beg for ads. If you see how the show going and you like how it's going and you want to advertise without telling me what to say, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Because when you hear the present administration make a decision, it affects the rich and the poor. I'll ever see a rich man grave and a poor man grave? What's the difference? She go on a cemetery, she go on a cemetery. Whether you're the prime minister or you're a poor man on the street, when you have to go in the grave, you will go in the grave. Because it ain't no rich mud and poor mud. Neither it have a rich fire and a poor fire. Now, the Alsing also sought to reiterate some facts about the COVID-19 vaccine.
So what are the facts? The COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective. Fact 1. Fact 2. The COVID-19 vaccines being used in Trinidad and Tobago are WHO approved. That is your stamp of approval. That is your stamp of quality control. Fact 3. The more vaccinated a population, the more and more people that are vaccinated, the vaccine has less and less a chance to jump, spread, and mutate.
The less and lesser chance. Caller, good night.
Yeah, hi, good night.
Go right ahead.
You could do some looking into how much people that get this vaccine was tested to see if they had COVID before they get vaccinated.
I understand.
Right? Because they just vaccinated. But,
they just
right?
vaccinated you.
Right, and all of them knows this word asymptomatic. Right, meaning you show no symptoms. I tell myself, me have symptoms, like when I get this vaccine, what will be the outcome?
Correct.
Right, and the minister who himself who is not responsible for the people who was partially vaccinated, right, who died, right, and they say they contracted COVID later. Would these people ever tested before initially they took any vaccine? Is that not negligence on their part?
Correct.
Right? These are things questions that they don't want to be asked in the press conference.
Yes, yes.
But I like how he started off in the conference. Right? The first word that he said Saturday, I'm not a dictator. I never meet a dictator who said it was.
Correct, true.
Right? I never met a dictator who said he was a dictator. All of them said it is not a dictator.
A drunk man don't say he drunk, you know.
No, he's just a little high.
Hi, but I ain't drunk.
Yes.
Thank you, my friend.
But look into that and find out if the protocol, with all the logistics that is having place, if any of them planned when they want to do so and make it mandatory to vaccinate people, if it's also mandatory to
test people.
The entire population before you get that vaccine.
You could be asymptomatic, my friend. Thank you so much for highlighting it. Thank you, my friend. Now, the vaccine is safe, he said. Save lives. But didn't you all heard epidemiologist Dr. Avery Hines said it can't prevent you from getting COVID-19 and you could still die. You all heard that? You all heard that? I played it right here for you. So the vaccine's safe. Why sign non-disclosure if the vaccine is safe? Why? It's taxpaying citizen money purchasing the vaccine. Taxpaying citizen purchasing it. So why hide the price? Why hide? Why? Or is it that the company brought everything to you all? The do's and the don'ts. And in order for you all not to speak, you have to sign non-disclosure. So in case anything happens to citizens while they take this shot, you're not responsible. Well, come forward now, man. Come and talk. It's real talk you're getting. It's real thing you're getting. Oh, and to add with it, I find you all pushing people to vaccinate. Do you all have a deadline? Is the Sinopharm vaccine expiring very soon? I'm just asking. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Now looking at that petition with our pharmacist. The television side, he's talking, but they have a restriction on the line because I'm going to tell you, all the time people home, right? Now they're studying who will have theater.
Exactly.
Now they're going to study that. Because at all the time they're giving people that plastic and arrows and dashi and all that.
Yes.
Who is the people come out now and see all these people? Is the people that telling them to not take the vaccine? Is the people that come out and actually giving the people food inside? But now I want to ask a question, right? I want to find out all the time they're giving statistics of how many people positive. I want to know how many of these people that tested positive have taken that vaccine, because they're not telling me that.
Correct.
And apparently, in this country, people stop dying from heart attack, people stop dying from natural causes.
Exactly.
Every single thing in this country is COVID, and all they're trying to convince people. I even see the Archbishop come on and a full page ad this morning and telling people to go and get vaccinated. Why you don't get yourself? Come and telling people to go and get vaccinated. But you don't want to look for God now.
Thank you, my friend. I have a little clip to show all you. I want to frighten all you know. But this is the reality we're facing. Not this video, but the next one. He stated that the goal, as the Minister of Health, he stated that the goal of the country was to get as many persons vaccinated as he put his twist on the national anthem.
Let's get 600,000 persons with 2 shots fully vaccinated by the end of September. That should be our goal as a country. Together we aspire, together we achieve. That's our national anthem. Now, that's our watchwords. National anthem is discipline, production, and tolerance. Let's be disciplined in our approach to this. We can do this together.
The other thing went for he COVID-19 shot. I feel like it now affecting him. I feel like it now affecting him. Serious. I'm telling you, I feel like it now affecting him. Call her good night.
Mr. Ali, good night.
Go right ahead.
Congratulations on your accomplishment.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I am very proud of you. And you know, I will be one of the first in line to come and join your credit union. 2 points. Well, you know, the lighting getting it left, right, and center.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, I mean, you can't be that dumb. I'm sorry to say it like that, but you really can't. You changing the national anthem of the country? Come on. You're taking our watchwords and our motto and changing it around to be the national anthem. You went behind school. Another thing is, I believe, in my opinion, and I'm saying it on my behalf, I think that the Sinopharm vaccine is very close to expiring. That's why they are doing this big drive. And I agree with you in what you are saying. I think that this country needs to see what is going on. They're rushing everybody to take Sinopharm. But yet still, there are so many people that they're contemplating whether to take Sinopharm or not because they want to do their travel. Right? But there are so many things to take into consideration. People have family in Canada. What about the 1,000 people that died now? What are you doing for those families? I haven't seen a member of this government take any part of their salary and went into their constituency and buy one hamper. Not one. The opposition is doing it, but not the government. They're not giving back anything. All they're doing is taking and taking and lying and lying. Thank you, Mr. Ali.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, I'm about to show you something. I don't want to get you scared, but this is the reality. This is the reality. This was released on ABC News a couple hours ago. I believe it was yesterday in the United States. Listeners, meanwhile, the Delta variant is fueling 30,000 new COVID-19 infections daily in the United States, with cases, hospitalization, and deaths on the rise. This is said to be affecting the vaccinated people and the unvaccinated people as well. Reports are also calling for masks in schools. This is world news. This was released yesterday on ABC about the United States. Take a look at this.
Start another week together, and tonight the Delta variant fueling an alarming rise in cases across this country. Authorities say those ending up in the hospital and the rise in deaths largely among the unvaccinated. But this is affecting the vaccinated too. So-called breakthrough cases, not as severe, but it's happening. And with the school year set to begin, the growing debate tonight, should everyone in schools be wearing masks, given the millions of school children 12 and under who aren't eligible for a vaccine yet? Tonight, the American Academy of Pediatrics now breaking from the CDC and recommending that all students wear masks, even the teenagers who've been vaccinated. COVID cases rising in 48 states tonight, averaging about 30,000 new cases a day in this country. And take a look at the map from the CDC tonight, tracking cases in just the past month. The red areas on the map showing where the virus is spreading most quickly. Many of those areas where the vaccination rate is low, hospitals in those areas struggling to meet the need tonight.
19 hours, but more or less between 19 to 21 hours ago, this was released on ABC News, World News. So it's the vaccinated individuals and the unvaccinated individuals. Call a good night.
I say good night. You know, I call you sometime, I'm going to let you know that one of my colleagues' friend went in Mount Hope for a head stroke.
Yes,
and
yes.
The senator Cora, and she died. Well, the death certificate said she died from heart attack. So right now we're waiting on the medical report to see what that will say, how she only admitted in the hospital.
Because she was sent to a COVID-19 center.
There was Senator Cora, and they suspected she had COVID.
But did you find out? Did you find out if they did a test, or you're still waiting on the results?
We still waiting on the results, but it's clear for the COVID from Cora, you know.
I understand. Yeah.
So we're waiting on the result from the Mount Hope now to see what's happening.
My friend, thank you so much for giving us an update on it. Thank you, my friend. So you see, viewers, you see what's taking place? She got a stroke, according to him. Went to Mount Hope. Mount Hope transferred her to Cora. Just like that. So what he's waiting now, he's waiting on the test, the medical reports from Mount Hope to find out if she did a COVID-19 test and if it was positive or negative. If it is positive, yes, they will send her to Cora, which is a COVID-19 house. But if she did not contract COVID-19, what is she doing in Cora? What is she doing in Cora? I have a good lawyer, you know. I have a very good lawyer. So viewers, you all see what has taken place? This is not to scare you, you know, but this is the new Delta variant. The new Delta. In Trinidad, we have the COVID-19. The Minister of Health saying 1 minute is like a fax machine in your body. 1 minute, we don't have to wear masks until they bring a fine for us to wear masks. And then you can take a whole jersey and tie it up around your head and make a mask. Let me tell you something, it's not something we ain't call it scattering, you know. You ain't getting no food and scatter, you know. It's not that. 1,000 people died due to COVID-19 presence in Trinidad and Tobago. And we ain't hearing nothing about a heart attack death. We ain't hearing nothing about the ammonia death. All these things take a backseat and COVID-19 got passed to flood Trinidad. Just like that. Just like that. Where is the other deaths? Like heart attack, sudden death, stroke death. Everything is COVID-19 death. Every single thing is COVID-19 deaths. Before COVID-19, you say, here was somebody died from ammonia, and somebody died from heart attack, and somebody died from a cell burst in the head, and somebody died from high blood pressure. You ain't hearing that again. From last year, March now, how many persons die of high blood pressure? How many? Let's talk now. Talk now. It's raw facts all I get in. No wonder why they want to muzzle private media house. But I will tell you something. You see, this is one house. Think twice. Think twice. Because I will tell you, I ain't thinking twice to light my light, you know. I'm telling you point blank. I ain't thinking twice to light my light, you know. Because for this, between 6, 7 or 8 legislation and amendment, Saieed pushed for and get it passed. Every single one was a light. I ain't afraid to tell you, spirit workers do. The world know that. Because Synergy Television is viewed around the world. all the speaking countries around the world, Synergy Television is being viewed. And as all the English speaking countries around the world, they are seeing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. And all of them know Saieed is a man who does spirit work. Because I don't afraid to say it. This is what I am called to do, and this is what I will do. The Prime Minister is called by the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to govern the country. He answers to the people. I answers to God. So that is the difference. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
I want to know, STVREALTALK. You don't have no shame at all, that big man to be talking like that, no, national anthem on television.
Together we aspire, together we achieve.
Oh Lord, that's a go back. God let me a national anthem in Canada.
That is the coat of arms.
Oh God, the man has no shame.
Thank you, my dear. A little bit again, I thought I had to go back to school, you know. A little bit again, I thought I had to go back to school. TNT has signed a confidentiality agreement with the US, even as it is still negotiating the gift of COVID-19 vaccine. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali gives some details on the promised donation of vaccine from the US. He stated that if the government does not enter into a confidentiality agreement, vaccine would not be available for purchase.
If you don't enter into that confidential arrangement, you don't get the vaccine. That's the end of the story. If you are unwilling to sign the confidentiality in a situation where you're paying for it, you don't get it. I just told you, in the situation with the United States where they are offering us a donation of vaccine, even the discussion is confidential. And if we want the vaccine, so we have to comply.
When they got the 400 dose of Pfizer vaccine, did they went into a confidentiality agreement? Talk now. Talk now. That was a donation. Let's talk now. Talk now. Where's the opposition now? Now, Kamala Prasad Bisasa, the leader of the opposition, should write a letter to the US government now, confirming that, confirming that they say the government of Trinidad and Tobago have to enter into a signed confidentiality agreement. Now I expecting the opposition to work. Now I expecting the opposition to work. Write a letter. Write a letter to the US government and ask if the government of Trinidad and Tobago have to go into that confidentiality agreement. Now, the Prime Minister further noted that the government signed 3 documents, one of which has already been signed, so that all details with the US are confidential.
We had to sign 3 documents, one of which has already been signed. That is a confidentiality document. So all our dealings with the United States are under confidential cover. And in fact, only the CARFA only the CARFA persons in that room has the details of the information, but that officer is under confidential contracted cover. The other document we had to sign coming through CARICOM to us, that has been done, and there's one more document to sign, which we have to apparently sign with the supplier of the vaccine.
Now, viewers, coming to that, with respect to the price, he assured that the government was doing well with the pricing situation.
With respect to the price, I could give the population the assurance that we are doing well in the pricing situation. That's the most I can say. The cheapest vaccine available to us, and the one that the price is disclosed, is the vaccine that we got through the COVAX.
Now, Rowley said $20 per dose is a good price, and anything lower than that is better. He added that TNT is still negotiating with the US for a share of the promised vaccine. Now I'm going to tell you something. Here is where I find it funny. Me and Navin going into a negotiation. But in that negotiation, I have signed a document. We are still negotiating, you know. We are still negotiating on the COVID-19 vaccine. But I have signed a confidentiality agreement. What did we sign to? What did we sign to? When you go by a lawyer, and a lawyer is negotiating on your behalf, do you sign any documents? I'm just asking. I'm just trying to educate you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. What it is so important about this vaccine that you have to sign a confidentiality agreement. What it is that is in this vaccine that the citizens who is taking the vaccine should not know. What it is. And where is food and drugs? Where is food and drugs in all this agreement? Let's talk now, man. Where is food and drug department in all this? Yes, you are approved by the WHO. I understand what you're saying. World Health Organization. Yes. But if something happened to a citizen while taking the vaccine, who is compensating that citizen now? Remember, one person died after his second shot of COVID-19 vaccine, and they blamed the individual that he didn't take it on time. I remember that? Let's talk now. I'm educating all you. That is what scientists do. You all know that. It's 3.5 years now I've been educating you all. Principal Medical Officer Dr. Marian Abdul-Richards have stated that though there are few COVID-19 patients needing hospitalization, the percentage of critical ill patients continue to climb. She added that even though occupancy level in the ICU and the HDU ward may appear to be lower, there is still an average of 80% of ICU patients. This means that there are many ill patients requiring ventilation, dialysis, and other forms of care in the parallel healthcare system.
Despite the fact that these occupancy levels in the ICU and HDU wards may appear low today, we have still an average of 80% for ICU patients between the 1st of June and now, and 72% for HDU patients. It means that we still have many critically and severely ill patients requiring ventilation, dialysis, and other forms of care in the parallel healthcare system.
What would we do? We will just have to wait and see what takes place furthermore with the COVID-19 vaccination. But what is so important that you have to sign a confidentiality agreement? What is so important that you have to sign a non-disclosure? Is it the do's and the don'ts of the vaccine? Is it the do's and the don'ts of the vaccine? So when we take it on our own risk? That is why, for some time now, I have been advising citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, you want to get the vaccine? No problem. Check yourself first. Check yourself. So if you are, this is just a little reminder. The Ministry of Works and Transport wishes to advise the general public that effective Monday, 19th of July, that was yesterday, 2021, the inspection of vehicles resumed at all approved vehicle testing stations. This is in keeping with the phased reopening of all licensing offices nationwide. So those of you who have been waiting to test your vehicle, to inspect your vehicle, as of yesterday, testing sites have been open to the public. So viewers, I want to let you understand about the COVID-19 vaccine. Nothing wrong with going and taking it. It is your choice. It is your choice. I did came right here and said that the government cannot make it mandatory because they will be going against human rights. Against human rights. So I want you to understand that is of your choice. But if you choose to do it, please, 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 go check a doctor. Make sure your heart, your kidney, your liver, your blood, your diabetes, your high blood pressure, make sure you are okay to take it. Because we have been hearing, allegedly hearing, that a lot of people who took the COVID-19, their blood have gotten thick. We have heard of deaths, unconfirmed deaths. It's talk of the town. It's talk of the town. Remember, I have many doctors who are close friends of mine. Many nurses who are close friends of mine. So I get a lot of report. That is why I could come here and say certain things. I want to let you understand that I am not against the COVID-19 vaccine. But check yourself. Check yourself. I just want to know why the government signed in non-disclosures and confidentiality agreement with the U.S. when the U.S. themselves sent 400 doses of Pfizer vaccine to the Ministry of Health, and our good friend, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, took Sinopharm. He took Sinopharm. So the people in the Ministry now of National Security, their Pfizer vaccination were more important than the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago taking Sinopharm. How you call that? That is what you call common sense. That is what you call read between the lines. That is what you call open your ears. That is what you call open your eyes. Al-kabaune zerkidila amba iskumala azante kira amba usana. Not every sheep in sheep clothing is a sheep. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, I love you all so much. I love you all so much. Hence the reason why I am here night after night after night educating you all. I always say, I don't bash the PNM, I don't bash the UNC. It's the individuals that sit and hold the portfolio. That is the individual I go after when you're not doing your job. Because your portfolio is to represent the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago by doing what is on your platter. Not somebody else's platter. Yours. So if the Ministry of Health, the leader of the Ministry of Health, which is Mr. Terence Dial Singh, if he fumbles and he's not doing what he's supposed to do, he has to check himself. He has to check his team. And if they are not intact, sleep late the following day. That is how I know it. Because you have a job to do. Your job is to serve the people. Do you think I am being funded by any organization to run Real Talk Production? A private media house? No. I am registered legally with the government? Yes. But I run it. Nobody else. Nobody else. And interfering with private media in Trinidad and Tobago, believe me, my mouth you will be hearing. Nobody else but Saieed Ali. So viewers, it's about wrapping up time tonight. So I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers of Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Remember, share our live stream on Facebook or be on YouTube, TT Real Talk on YouTube, Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. Remember, from next week Monday, I will be giving you a little more details on fixed deposit interest rates at Real Talk Financial Center. So viewers, your little 50,000, your 100,000 you have hideaway in a bank or an institute that is growing 0% interest rates. Why is it there doing nothing? Why is it there? Why not put it into Real Talk Financial Center where you can get a growth out of it? You have it saving there for 5 years and you make $1,000 in 5 years. What growth is that? Tomorrow night is Public Concerns Night in Trinidad and Tobago, where we highlight the drains, the road, and the bridges, the councillors, the MPs, the corporation. So viewers, remember, send your concerns to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, the bad road, the bridge, and I will be more than happy to highlight it on this program. So viewers, until we meet again, ala koboru kaba iza anta masur koba illa. Don't let the sheep in his sheep clothing fool you when it's not a sheep. Until we meet again, good night.